Fitness is not going to fix all of your problems. Let me explain. So, in my last few videos, I really emphasized this point of focusing on fitness when life is hard because all of the skills, the mindset, discipline, all those transfer over to help you improve in other areas of your life. So, in this way, fitness is a great avenue, especially if you're struggling or trying to get your habits in order. But there's also this flip side, and it's hard to fully explore a topic in an 8 minute long video. So there are instances where focusing on fitness, at least in that immediate moment, is not going to fix your situation. It is just a tool at the end of the day. And I think it's important to put into perspective because I've made a lot of videos about this idea of using fitness to improve your life, as we all should. 100% still stand behind what I say. However, I don't think I talk enough about when that isn't the case because lately I've been kind of struggling with, well, what's next? Because you will get the body, you will get the six pack, you're going to get the big muscles that you want, the physique. But then at that point, what's going to be next for you? And this has been a learning process for me. It's not like a recent thing, but over the past several years or whatever. And, at year 10, after you hit your natural genetic potential, there's this process of, okay, how am I going to transfer these skills to other areas of my life? So I guess the point I'm trying to make is it doesn't necessarily happen by default or automatically. So I don't want to give off that impression that just because you are working out 5 days a week and you watch what you eat, you rest properly, and you have these good fitness habits, that's not necessarily going to fix your life or the situation you're in. It's not even going to fix your other habits. It will be a catalyst. We know that when you avoid high dopamine activities that don't move you forward, yes, that's going to help because you are going to see more pleasure and be able to pursue the things that are going to add value to your life. However, it's not like it happens automatically. I remember when I was first like seeing a lot of good results in the gym and getting the body, and I remember when I first got a six pack, I had this feeling of like, well, what now? That was so anticlimactic. Like this whole time I was working towards getting the body. Now I kind of have the body and I don't feel any better about myself. Why is that? And what I realized was it was other areas of my life that needed to improve. So that didn't happen automatically. I actually had to go through a process of, okay, intentionally allowing fitness to kind of take a back seat because it was number one for so many years in my life. So I have to go through a season where I have to be okay with not working out as often, right? Not trying to give you a cop out to skip on the gym or anything like that, but this is a reality of what I had to do. So I had to prioritize these other things like acquiring new skills, focusing on my career. My relationships suffered tremendously when I was, getting clean and sober, but also like not nurturing relationships at that point. I immediately went to the gym, and it's not like I was hanging out with a bunch of people and like keeping up with people from my past. So relationships suffered. I had to learn how to build those back up, and I had to learn how to nurture my spiritual connection with God. Or, it's easy to kind of lose sight of, well, why am I doing this still? Because, like I said, you're going to get the body eventually. I know it seems like a far distant time, but eventually you're going to get the six pack. You're going to get, assuming you want it, right? You don't just get a six pack by accident. So, assuming you want these things and you try to get them, you're going to get them. But then understand that at that point it's up to you to find other skills, to find other relationships and other ways to improve. Maybe you don't want to focus so much on self-improvement. You want to do things like start a family or a business. The gym, the fitness, it might just be temporary. I encourage you to keep working out into your 30s, into your 40s and 50s. For the rest of your life, stay active, be in good shape. However, there will come a time when fitness is going to take a back seat. And at that point, it's more of just a supporting activity. It's interesting from the perspective of someone who prioritized bodybuilding for a lot of years. So the gym, eating healthy, resting 7, 8 hours a night, and not doing things that are going to get in the way of muscle protein synthesis. This is like a all around revolving lifestyle. Like my life revolved around the gym for a lot of years, but then that only lasted so long because I hit a point where if I wanted to grow beyond this point, I would have to do other things that are not necessarily lifting weights, meal prepping, showing self-discipline. Although showing self-discipline is very important for improving in other areas, it's not like this automatic transfer. I still had to be intentional about it. And again, not trip out when I have those days of, man, I've been on point with the gym. I've been super strict with my diet, doing all the right things. Why am I not feeling fulfilled? Why do I feel like I'm missing something still? Well, it could be that you are. Because for me, I know that I was super on point with my fitness habits, but my spirituality habits took a back seat. My social habits took a back seat, or like social relationships, I should say. My mental health took a back seat because I was so obsessed with getting this physique. It's like chasing this imaginary, I don't know, but for 10 years, I was like chasing this ideal physique that never actually came. It did come, and I did learn to be fulfilled and satisfied with the natural progress. That's why I never like jumped on any PEDs or anything like that, because I did come to accept everything. But it was a process. It was a struggle at first. And so despite all the struggles you might be going through, you think you finally found the answer in bodybuilding, getting the physique, working out, eating clean, all this stuff, right? You think it's the solution. I don't want to burst your bubble. It might be your solution. I don't want to speak for anyone else, but at least for me, even for someone as passionate about it as I was, like, I didn't know anyone in my life in person that was more into it than I was. So even despite that, when I got the physique, it still wasn't enough. So I like to think that, not that everyone's like me, but it's very similar. I think life is similar in a lot of ways where we pursue something, we think it's going to be this solution, and we put so much like want and desire and the need for this to work out only to get it, and you find that that wasn't even what you were looking for, or that wasn't as good as you were expecting. I think it's a lesson that we can all take from what we pursue and pursuing the right things. And so I just wanted to provide context on this idea of pursue fitness, become obsessed with fitness. Fitness is all that matters, because that's really not true. Fitness is just a tool. It's a means to an end. It is a great avenue. I 100% stand behind focusing on fitness when life gets tough. But just wanted to share that message. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And by the way, for you guys who have been watching these videos, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I know I don't share my appreciation a whole lot on these videos, but I did want to take time and say thank you for watching and liking, subscribing, and sharing. Anyways, that's it. I will see you next time. Take care.